It's a tough time. The markets are always volatile. It is their characteristic. Market never goes up in a straight line. eh, Market goes up and down. And generally, when there is huge pessimism, when the confidence is shaken, we get a good opportunity to buy also. See, during COVID time, when market fell very sharply, in our PMS, we bought a company called a Newland Lab. Around 500 rupees, it was trading. We were started buying around 800 to 1200. So after 4 years, if you see that the price went up to almost 19,000. 2 3 months back it went to 19,000. Still we have some shares, we booked it around 5,000 level, 17,000 level we booked it, still we have. So during this down market only we get these type of multi-bagger opportunities. Similarly, another company called Balaji means during the COVID downfall only we bought it around 500 range we bought it. Within 1 year it went to 5,000 rupees. So almost 10 years, 10x it went up. So during downfall we get opportunities also. But what used to happen is that we generally get shaken up when market falls like this, daily falling. NAV used to fall by 2%, 3%. And if you see the index, it has come down by almost 12%. Nifty has come down by 12%. So it's because of this geopolitical tension, market has come down. And one of the main reason why our markets has been underperforming for the last 2 3 years, though global markets has been doing very well. Most of the global markets were US, European market, Asian markets in the last 1 year. If you see that, they were performing extraordinarily well. Only Indian markets were underperforming. The one of the main reason for that is the high selling by foreign institutions. Foreign institutions has been continuously selling. Even yesterday, if you see that, they have sold almost 10,000 crores worth of shares. They have sold it, one of the biggest selling in recent times. And matching buying by domestic institution is there, but still the market fell. And if you see the foreign institutions holding, it is mainly concentrated on a few sectors. Their main holding is in IT sector, then private banks, and then in Reliance Industries. Like that, their holdings, most of the investments were concentrated on a few sectors and a few stocks. Most of them are index heavyweights. So when they sell means naturally index will come down. So what we feel is that in broader market the opportunities will be more, and since earnings also good in broader market, the opportunities will be more in broader market. Generally during this type of fall, mid and small caps, you get multi-bagger type of opportunities. Uh, and 2 weeks back, exactly 2 weeks back, this Saturday, Israel and the US attacked Iran, and they killed their Iran supreme leader. They killed it, and because of that, the tension has started. So this time, what Iran did was that they tactically started attacking the neighboring countries. Everyone expected that Iran will attack Israel, like that they expected. But instead of doing that, what they start doing was that they started attacking the army base held in their neighboring countries and some of the oil assets of their neighboring countries. Because what Iran wants was that they want to globe they want to feel the pain. Globally everyone has to feel the pain. That's what Iran wants. So one way to do is by jacking up the price of oil, that is crude oil. Because when crude oil goes up, most of the European countries, they are importing crude oil. Similarly, most of the Asian countries, they are importing crude oil. When crude oil prices goes up and there is supply disruption means, almost most of the Asian countries as well as the European countries will start feeling the pain, and they will pressurize US to go for compromise. That's what the Iran has took this measure of attacking their neighboring countries. Even though some of them are friendly countries, they attacked it. And as expected, the supply disruption from the Middle East has happened. And and because of that, even within after 1 week of the war, we are seeing in our country that many restaurants were closed because of lack of supply of commercial LPG cylinder. So what Iran has targeted, they have achieved, at least somehow they have achieved what they intended intention of doing that. And Because of this, see, one big positive came. Now no one is talking about that. That the U.S. Supreme Court has strike down this Trump tariff. They many times we have discussed this previously, that Supreme Court case is going on, verdict is going to come. But 2 3 times Supreme Court verdict was withheld. They did not announce it. But after announced that that it is that Trump do not have power to levy tariff under IEEPA, Supreme Court told, and because of that, they have to withdraw all the reciprocal tax, whatever levied. But instead of that, they have levied 10% tariff for all countries under another act. They have levied it, that we can see in coming slides. So what is the options before Trump? That also we can see how tariff will now from here onwards, how it will come up. That we can see in coming slides. So volatility we are going to expect. As of now, there is a one-way fall in the market, uh, continuously falling for the last 1 week. If you see that market very sharply, it is falling. Waterfalls like a fall we are seeing in the market. Yesterday, it was a very steep fall. NAV, most of their portfolio NAV would have come down by a 3 to 4% yesterday would have come down, because the fall we have seen was across the board. Most of the stocks fell, and index fell around 2%, whereas the portfolio would have come down by 2.5, 3%, 3.5, like that would have come down, because individual stocks across the board fell. And if you see that Nifty Sensex almost 9% down in the last 1 month. 9.1, 9.7% it has fell, Nifty and Sensex. Mid cap and small cap around 7.5 it has come down. So basically, relatively, mid and small cap fell less. So if you closely watch, you can see that previously we used to put an index, BSE 500 we used to put in, BSE 500 small cap we used to put in. Now that index has been stopped now. I don't know why BSE took that decision. It is one of the widely followed index, but they have stopped that index. Instead of that, we have taken this BSE 250 small cap index we have chosen now. If you see, for past many years, we have been tracking only BSE 500 index. Even many mid and small caps funds, no, they used to track this BSE 500 index only. Suddenly, they have stopped it. Uh, Now this BSE 250 small cap index, now many are started following. So we also have put in place of BSE 500 index. So that also has come down to 7.4%. It has come down. So overall, a big fall is there. The problem with the Indian market now, Indian market did not went up much because of tariff issues and because of AI disruption. Since indices have a lot of IT stocks, most of the IT stocks fell. That dragged the index. Now we are having this oil tension now, but our market did not went up, unlike other Asian markets where there are a lot of semiconductor stocks. Where US market we have AI stocks, all of them participated in the uptrend. Now they are falling it. But what is happening to us, that we did not participated much on the uptrend, whereas we are falling also along with them. This is the drawdown, indices drawdown as of yesterday. And if you see that Nifty has come down by 12% from the peak, this is it has come down by 12%. So last 30 days it has come down by 9%. So Nifty 12%, Nifty next is 17%, it has come down. Mid cap indices, if you see 10 11%, it has fell. So relatively less when compared to Nifty 50. Whereas small cap, if you see around 19 20%, it has come down more than the Nifty. So relatively, if you see in this drawdown, mid caps has done relatively well when compared to both Nifty and small cap. The highest drawdown we are seeing in micro cap, where 25% fall is there. See, previously a lot of SME stocks used to go up vertically. Now no one is talking about all these SME stocks. We know that a lot of risks are involved in that. That's why we never recommended any SME stocks, because the lot size also very high, 2 lakhs, like that we have to buy it in thousands and 2000s shares we have to buy it. But when this type of negative news comes, means then we won't get an exit to sell it. So that is the problem with SME stock. We have to do our due diligence well. Otherwise, we may get trapped. We won't get an exit to sell. In this, if you see that micro cap indices has down by 25% from the peak. So almost one fourth it has gone. And Iran the big talking point that Iran is under attack. And if you see that Israel and US attacked Iran and killed their Iran Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and other key Iranian leaders. So actually, when talks were going on, when they said that the next round of talk is going to be held in Geneva sometime after 2 weeks or something, they told. But while during that this discussions were happening, suddenly Israel and Iran attacked and killed the leader, the supreme leader, who is there for last many decades, Ali Khamenei. He was killed. And why? What is the reason US is saying that they are attacking this Iran? Is that they are saying that Iran is developing a nuclear weapon, which they will use against Europe, against Israel and other neighboring countries and other countries also. In order to avoid that threat, they are attacking Iran. That's what that is the reason they have told US and Israel. That is the reason they have told that in order to avoid Iran for making a nuclear bomb, they are attacking it, preempting the preparation of nuclear bomb. They are doing it. So in retaliation, what Iran did, they have started attacking neighboring countries which are having US military bases. They have started attacking then oil fields which are nearby. And main thing is that they have stopped allowing ships passing through this Strait of Hormuz. So this is what the problematic area is, Strait of Hormuz, because globally, if you see that 20% of global fuel goes through this way only, and almost one fourth of natural gas passes through this way only, Strait of Hormuz. So somebody who is attending our meeting for last 10 years, 15 years, you will be knowing that many times we have talked about this Strait of Hormuz. So whenever tension comes, Iran tension comes, immediately we will put that chat that Iran has a power to stop ships passing through this, which will disrupt the energy supply throughout the world and which will push up the oil prices. So till now it did not happen, but just in this war only, first time Iran has stopped it. Previously, when we were discussing, it was seen as a threat only, but that threat has become a reality now. So the first thing is crude oil prices jumped very sharply to 100 Now it has jumped. This is a Brent crude. That is the any tension happening in Middle East, immediate pressure will be seen on the crude oil, where the price has gone to $101. See, more than the price, now the availability is the issue, because people are ready to buy it at any price, but you are not getting it, particularly on the natural gas side, because Qatar is one of the main country which produces the natural gas and they supply to many parts of the world. And that they have announced this force measure because of this war, and that has disrupted the supply of the natural gas. And this is the Strait of Hormuz, and where this chart we have shown it many times, at least 3-4 times we have shown in the last 10 years. Whenever this Iran tension comes, we will show it. And this is the place which is the Strait of Hormuz, where half of them is controlled by Iran and half of them is controlled by Oman. uh, and if you see many oil producing countries, no, they have no other way except to transport their oil loaded or natural gas loaded ships through this way. See, Qatar has to come only this way only. Bahrain this way only. Kuwait, oil rich, a small country, and if you see the ship has to come this way only. And Oman is there. Oman, UAE. UAE ship has to come this way only. Saudi Arabia, most of their oil fields are here only. They also transport their oil through this only. And all these oil rich companies, now Iraq is the Iraq ships also come this only. All these oil rich countries, they transport their oil loaded ships through this Strait of Hormuz. And if you see that Iran many times has threatened in the past that they will, suppose if some war comes, somebody attacks on Iran means, then we will close this as Strait of Hormuz. They have threatened it. Even when Israel Iran was happening few months back, they threatened it, but till now they haven't closed it. This is for the first time they are attacking the ships which are going this way through this Strait of Hormuz. And some in order to avoid the risk, some countries like Saudi Arabia and all, they have put a pipeline from see the orange color pipeline. No, you can see that where they have put a pipeline so that oil from this, they can transfer through a pipeline, and through Red Sea they can they can transport it. Similarly, UAE also, they have put a pipeline. Instead of going this way, they can transport oil through this pipeline, and they can transport the oil from here. But still, some certain percentage of oil they cannot use it because of the closure of Strait of Hormuz. Because that is the main reason why we are seeing the supply shortage in commercial LPG and all. We are seeing it. So looks like that the things may continue like this, and there may be rationing for some more time till things become normal. And crude oil, if you see now, India is one of the country which is highly dependent on crude oil. Indian economy is totally dependent on crude oil because we import almost 90, more than 90% of our crude oil needs. We don't have domestic production. Only two main companies is there's ONGC. The other one is Kane India, which is owned by Vedanta now. These are only two big companies. Oil India produces some small quantity of crude oil. Other than that, everything we are import dependent only. And whenever crude oil spike comes, we will have a problem because the rupee, because when price goes up, we have to pay a higher price for importing. Then rupee becomes weak. Our current account deficit goes up, and and the percentage of crude oil component on overall imports now that also goes up. So what happens when crude oil prices go to $120 per barrel? Uh, so it's a small calculation. So $120 per barrel. This calculation is based on for full year. See, suppose if crude oil goes to 120, 130 for a few weeks, then again it falls to $100 or $90, means this won't work. If crude oil stays at $120 per barrel throughout the year, means then the calculation will be like this. Previously, we used to have around 100 billion worth of crude oil we were importing. If price goes to $120 per barrel, means then our import bill will surge to 120 billion, almost 100 billion extra we have to pay. Money will move out of our country. That is the first calculation. The second one is that our total overall on our import, no, it will become 5.44% oil trade balance. The deficit as percentage of GDP, no, it will become 5.4. Previously, it used to be around 3.2%. So when crude oil goes to $120 and stays throughout the year, means then our deficit as a percentage of GDP will be 5.4%. It will come almost double what we had 2 years back. So overall, the deficit will go up. And current account deficit, if you see, it will come to 3.1%. So when current account deficit goes up, means what will happen? Then we have to find some financing for this current account deficit. Either we have to take foreign loan or something like that, or foreign direct investment or foreign institutional flows. But as of now, foreign institutional flows also very weak. So that is why our rupee already very weak. It is weakening further because of that. See, in the day before yesterday, it was 92.05. Yesterday, it fell to 92.45, in that range, consistently weakening. Rupee is. So against a dollar, US dollar, Indian rupee has fell by around 7%. Whereas against euro, if you see, Indian rupee has fell by around 20%. Indian rupee has lost. So whenever rupee weakness comes, means who is going to benefit? Means it is going to be the export oriented companies. So one of the largest export oriented companies are IT companies. But because of this AI issue, the IT companies are unlikely to react positively because of this rupee weakness. Previously, whenever this type of war comes, means immediately IT companies used to go up because of rupee weakness, as well as because of defensive nature of their business. But this time they did not rally because of the AI disruption issues. So one sector which used to benefit from this rupee weakness against US dollar and euro is the pharmaceutical sector, because India also exports a lot of pharmaceutical products throughout the world. Because of rupee weakness, they will get benefit also. So that sector we are expecting to do well in this volatile market condition. And the other thing is that when this time what happened was that when the war fell, no, before that some of the sectors were doing very well. One sector which was doing very well was the auto sector. But suddenly, because of this auto sales was very strong, and auto ancillary companies were doing well. But because of spike in oil prices and there is a fear of shortage of fuel, now whether the strong auto sales that will continue or not will remain a question. That's why if you see that the auto stocks fell very sharply in the last 10 days. Uh, Most of the stocks, the M&M, which was the darling of the auto sector, that fell more than 20%. It has fell now below 3,000 rupees. It has fell. So auto sector corrected a lot. The other sector which was doing very well was the PSU banks. So that also fell a lot. So the portfolios which were outperforming before the war, they suddenly started underperforming a lot post the war started because of the sharp fall in this auto ancillary stocks as well as the PSU bank stocks. So now the question arises whether we should book profit in auto stocks or not. So that is the uh, problem now. Whether we should sell it or exit it, or whether the war will stop and crude oil will fall, whether the auto sector which was doing well, whether the sales momentum will continue or it will put a break. That has to be seen. And the other news is this US Supreme Court has struck down the Trump tariff, and court ruled that President Trump did not have the legal authority to levy tariff under this International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, that is what called. So court clearly told that Trump do not have the power to levy tariff to all countries under this International Emergency Economic Powers Act. He don't have the power, court clearly told. And court says tariff imposed should be backed by the Congress, which is nothing but that whatever tariff imposed, it should be go through like a parliament like a structure. No, like in US it is called Congress. In India we called it parliament. So the parliament approval we have to get it. That's what the court says. So Trump just by putting a signature today, I'm putting a 25% tariff on India because they are importing oil from Russia. These type of things Trump hereafter he cannot do it. He don't have the power. Court says that if you want to put 25% tariff on India, you go through the Congress, you go through the parliament and get passed by the members, then you levy. That's what court said. So because of this verdict, no, it's a setback for Trump. Because previously he used to threaten a country. Suddenly one day he said that I am going to put 100% tariff on Brazil because I don't like his leader. Like that he can't do it now. So the threatening will stop on individual countries. He threatened that he will put a tariff on India because India is importing oil from Russia. Like that, he can't threaten individual countries. Everything has to, any tariff on individual country, it has to be backed by Congress. It has to pass through Parliament. It will take some time. So now what Trump will do? He will try to levy tariff under other acts, but country-wise blackmailing with a tariff is unlikely. Now he has put in 10% tariff. He has put in, but he has put almost for all countries it is 10%. It's not like India 10%, UK 5%. It's not like that. All countries 10% means then there is no issue. Only we will get an issue when India is at 50% tariff, whereas Bangladesh are 18% tariff means. So the textiles which are imported from India will become more costly. The shrimp which is imported from India will be more costly because of that tariff. Now he can't do that. If all countries are having same tariff means the tariff as a tool will lose its power. The next issue is that the refund, court has asked to refund the collected tariff. Court has asked to, so it will take some time because of whom they are going to give. The many US companies, they have claimed the refund of tariff, they have paid it. Many companies have, many retail companies have claimed, and now the US government has to pay back. Trump at one point of time he told that they have collected 600 billion. That means 600 billion US government has to give as per Trump's statement. But actually 600 they have been collected. They have collected around 200 billion or something they have collected. Now US government has to give that 200 billion to those who got affected, who have already paid that tariff. They have to give it. That means almost 1 year of Trump work has gone waste because of this. So what is the options before Trump? So he can put tariff on individual countries under section 301 he can put in. So already he started that for unfair trade practice. After detailed investigation he can put tariff on individual countries under section 301. Now the investigation has started yesterday, day before yesterday. US government told that they are going to start investigation on the 60 countries because of unfair trade practice, they have told it. But this investigation will take months to years to finalize, to levy tariff under section 301. No, it will take some months to years. Immediately it is not going to come, because they have to investigate it. Each country they will call and ask their portion, and they will say, and some negotiations will happen. So it will take few months to years to finalize the tariff on individual countries under section 301. And Trump administration now has imposed 10% tariff on foreign made goods under section 122. He has put in now 10% tariff on all countries, 1974 act, but that is valid for only 150 days. After that he has to again go back to Congress and has to get the approval. So as of now he is unlikely to get any approval from them, and his popularity also coming down day by day. Even yesterday, after the Iran war, no, the November midterm election, Democrats sweeping the election. Now it has gone to 49%, not winning the election, sweeping the election. It has come to 49%. Most likely he may lose in this midterm election. Republicans may lose it, and that will also will be a big setback for Trump. So before that he will try to do more harm to the entire world. For individual products, no, they can they can levy anti-dumping duty and countervailing duty. That also is possible, but that also after investigation only they can do it. Simply they can't put on a fine morning. No, they can't put 50% anti-dumping duty on shrimp. They can't put it. They have to do some investigation. It will go through proper channel, and it will take some time. See, Trump said the war is over, but Iran told that enemy cannot start the war as well as end the war. He told Iran told. Trump actually wants to end the war, but Iran is not going to leave it. So when will Trump panic? So that is the big question. If you see that Trump, no, he is doing all type of harm to almost the entire countries in the world except US. So when will Trump get panic? If you see that, see US till now you have watched closely. US is not affected much because of all his actions. US stock market is doing well, and because of Iran or only the Middle East region is getting affected. US is no way getting affected. US has its own oil production, so the up move in oil production, the consumer has to pay more. US company will gain. So it's a zero sum game for the US, because the US companies will gain, whereas the consumers will lose. Whereas for India, it's not like that. We are importing more from outside, so money will go out of India. So US is not affected by his Trump action, except briefly during the tariff announcement time. No, last time in January he announced the tariff, where market reacted very sharp negatively during that time. So after that only he postponed it to 90 days time, and by April only he put in the tariff. So only during the brief time only US market fell very sharply. Immediately he panicked and he gave 90 days extension for a tariff implementation. So now if you see that US stock market fell relatively less, only 7% drawdown is there from the peak, both Dow Jones and Nasdaq, that too after a rally. So Trump will behave responsibly only if US stock markets fall very sharply. 15%, 20% the type of fall if comes in US, or if US stock market collapses means, then only Trump will behave responsibly and react panically. So the only way for him to behave responsible is that US market has to fall very sharply. The second is US citizens should be affected by supply disruption and high inflation. US citizen has to be affected, because that will reduce his popularity and he will lose the election. So until this is happening, he won't panic, because he is not affected by what his actions are. He suddenly one day he says that he is going to acquire Greenland. So US is no way affected. Only European countries are getting panicked, because Denmark is getting panicked and other European countries are getting panicked because of this Greenland issue. US is no way getting affected, and he is capturing Venezuela, and the US is not affected. Only Venezuelan people are affected. Like that, now Middle East issues are there. Only Middle East region is getting affected. US is no way getting affected. So US, if want to get affected, means their stock market has to fall very sharply, because most of the investment individual investments are almost entirely in stock US stock market only. If they fall means, then people will lose money, then they will start blaming Trump. So till that happens, he will keep on telling one by one. The other negative news which is going around that line is that we had a good monsoon for the last 3 4 years. So this time what they are expecting is that monsoon is to be weak, because the El Nino is going to develop during the monsoon period, which may affect monsoon rainfall in most of the countries, particularly central India and North India. These type of region, Western India, these regions are going to get affected more during the El Nino. But still, it is not finalized. It is expected that El Nino definitely will come during June July time, and it will affect the monsoon. That is what, as of now, the prediction is there. So agri output immediately it won't get affected, but it will get affected by a lag. Generally, 1 year lag will be there, uh, where agri output will fall. Rural economy will get affected by 1 year lag. So last year, if you see that India received 8% more monsoon rainfall last year, but this time we have to see in April. Both IMD and SkyMet, they will give the forecast. Most likely, they may give below normal monsoon this time. And one positive is that Indian Ocean dipole is expected to be positive. So because of the Indian Ocean dipole positive, no, Kerala unlikely to be affected. Kerala to get normal to above normal rainfall. At least in South Kerala, where in Trivandrum Mandal, we may get good rainfall. The main affected region will be Central India, North India, these type of areas because of this El Nino. And this is the Nifty top constituents. So Nifty keeps on falling. Many are asking what to do, and many of them previously 2 years, 3 years back, no, a lot of YouTube videos were came, and they were saying why paying my fund management fees. You can buy Nifty ETF, so that fund management fees will be very less. No need to pay 1% fund management fees, but you can do very well by buying the Nifty index, because in US and all they are doing like that. But if you see in the last 1 year, and I'm expecting the next 1 to 2 years also, Nifty is likely to underperform the broader market because of the constituents in the Nifty index. So if you see that almost 1/4 of the Nifty is consist of private banks, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, then Axis Bank, Kotak Bank. Uh, this is there. Then the other one PSU Bank is there 4%. So Nifty, 1/4 of the Nifty index is consists of private banks, and all these private banks FIs are heavily owning. If you take any bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank, if you see, the foreign ownership is very high. Suppose a foreign institutions want to reduce India weightage by 10 basis point or 20 basis point, means they will sell whatever they are holding. They won't try to see individual stocks. They will blindly sell it. So what will happen? HDFC selling will come, ICICI selling will come, Axis Bank selling will come, Kotak Bank selling will come. And the next heavy weight is Reliance. And what was happening was that L&T was doing very well before the war. Uh, Now suddenly L&T started falling because most of their order book comes from the Middle East region. Recently, last 2 years, they have got huge orders from Saudi Arabia and other Middle East countries, and because of that only L&T went up very sharply. It has 4% weightage in the index. This is as of February last. This is now it started falling because their Middle East order book may get postponed because of the issue. Suppose if issues get solved out means, then L&T will bounce back. If it gets dragged means, then L&T will get affected. So another 4% got affected. And IT stock, if you see that Infosys is there, then after M&M, then ITC and TCS will come. ITC from 430 it fell to 300. That also underperforming. TCS, another IT stock, that also has been underperforming because of the AI disruption. So Infosys and TCS are not doing well. So the which were doing well was the L&T was doing well. Now because of this Middle East issue, it has come down. Mahindra and Mahindra was doing very well. Now because of the spike in crude oil prices, that has come down. So if you see most of the stocks in Nifty, except Bharati Airtel, which is a very defensive, then Reliance Industries, part of their business is oil related, that is, these two are holding out. All others seems to be get affected because of the FII selling and because of the Middle East issues, and because of the recent issue. So during this time, now State Bank already went up, so definitely some profit booking will happen, because if you see recently stocks which has gone up now, they are falling. Yesterday the stocks which were doing well in the last 2 3 months, they fell the most, because people want to book profit in places where they are having. So these stocks fell the most. So if you see the constituents of the Nifty, if you see that, it looks like that Nifty may underperform in near term. Though the broader market we may get opportunities, but in near term it looks like that Nifty may underperform because of the constituents of the Nifty we have. This is the cash market. FIs has been continuously selling. For February it was less. March 2026 it is 46,000. They have sold it. Yesterday another 10,000 crores they have sold it. If you add that, it is almost 56,000 crores they have sold it in the month of March itself. Just uh, not even half we have passed it. In that we have sold almost 50,000 crores. We have sold it. Foreign institutions have sold, and I expect that they will sell more. They will continue to sell in coming days also. Auto sales was very strong. One big positive in all this was the auto sales. That is why almost all auto stocks were doing life high. If you take a TVS Motor, M&M, then then this Ashok Leyland, Eicher Motors, Hero Motor, every Bajaj Auto touched 10,000. From 10,000 it has come, correct. Almost two wheeler, four wheeler stocks whichever listed, they were doing very well, because the auto sales has been very strong. If you see that the two wheelers 25% year on year growth, three wheelers 35%, passenger vehicle 25%, tractors 36%, medium and heavy commercial, medium heavy commercial 35%, light commercial vehicle 27. So this type of growth we have not seen in the recent times. Last quarter was very good, so this quarter the trend has been continuing, and February sales was extraordinary well. Generally March is the peak season for commercial vehicles. Generally in March a lot of sales used to happen. Now the issue has come. We have to see how the sales will be, whether the buyers may hesitate to buy because of the uh, sharp spike in crude oil prices, though we don't expect any increase in fuel prices, petrol and diesel, but the availability, if it get reduced, if it get rationed means, then people may hesitate to buy. Even two wheeler electric vehicle two wheeler, no, it has shown 45% growth. So auto sales has been very very strong month uh, in the month of February. Year to date also very good, 12%, 16%, 19%. But for tractors it is 19%, medium and heavy commercial vehicle 9%, light commercial vehicle 12%. So that's why this one sector was doing well. Unfortunately, the war came, crude oil price went up. Suppose if war ends means, then it looks like that the auto correction will be a buying opportunity. We will know only in handset only we will come to know. Mutual fund flows 26,000 crore around monthly inflow is there for the last 5 months. If you see that 25,000 crores monthly inflow is there, this is the one which is giving some support to the market, because when foreign institution sells, only mutual fund has to buy it. If there are no buyers means, then it will have free fall, and buyers also sellers also cannot able to exit it. So the retail conviction will be known in coming months only, because for the last 2 years if you see that there is no much return in mutual funds. Those who have started, particularly those who are new to the market, they would not have seen a big drawdown. Last 2 years market hasn't gone up, their SIP value will be around what they have invested. Somebody may think that instead of if I put in bank I would have got 14% return in 2 years, but if I put in mutual fund I haven't gone it. But the conviction will be tested in coming months, suppose market goes like this. SIP almost 29 crores inflow is there. So when compared to previous month, it's slightly lower, because in February number of working days are less. So it's a seasonal issue. Every year in February, SIP flows will come down because of lower number of working days. Still, it is very strong. So the opportunities in broader market, if you see that many stocks in broader market down very sharply from the peak. See, so many stocks has come down. One company called Cohans, previously it was taken over. It's a pharmaceutical company, CDMO company. It was taken over by a PE player, and uh, and the price used to be 1,200. Mutual fund bought huge quantity of the that Cohan stock around 800 level. Now price has come below 300. So like that, you can see so many stocks which has fell more than 50%. You can see it, and opportunities will come, because whenever there is value means somebody will come and buy. In mid and small cap, the liquidity will be less. So if somebody wants to sell huge quantity means price will fall very sharply. Similarly, some buyers comes in, price will go up very sharply. So the uh, volatility will be higher, but opportunities will come, because the earnings also reasonably well. Now rupee has depreciated. Some opportunities will be available in broader market because of the rupee depreciation. In versus against dollar and euro. And during this time only we used to get multi-bagger, during this very weak time only. As I said in previously, Newland Lab last time we managed to pick it. Balaji Amins we managed to pick it. So some luck also needed on identifying and picking that stocks. Some time also has to be work out. So during panic time, will give markets will give big opportunities. So we haven't reached that stage yet. We have to see how it span out in coming days. So near term views, what we are expecting is that oversold stock may attempt some bounce back on bottom fishing. Some bottom fishing may happen now. Many stocks are oversold. Most probably Nifty, there is a possibility of correction from a bounce back from 22,700 levels, as we showed in our technical chart. One sharp bounce back is possible after reaching there. And foreign selling may reduce, but a serious consistent buying will come only after deep value emerges. It looks like that foreign investors immediately unlikely to come into our Indian market on a big way. Maybe short covering may happen. They are holding huge short in derivatives. Short covering may happen, but a big buy figure may take some time. And the another plus point for mid and small cap companies is that from April onwards, many will start announcing buybacks, because prices fell very sharply. They are holding lot of cash. Some of the companies, the cash balance to market cap ratio is almost 50% and more. So these company may announce buyback. So whenever buyback comes means immediately 20-30% price will go up, and buyback that will come from April onwards. Events main thing is this geopolitical tension and foreign institutional activity we have to see. Once the FIA selling stops means naturally market will bounce back. So that's it.